Fit Femme Stars. Fit Femme.
Does that mean?
Rock Stars.
Hey, Fit Fam. It is Cooking with Dorothy time.
It's our last macro talk. So if you've missed any of the last videos, you can go back and watch them. It's been super fun. I like talking about the macros. I think it's one of my favorite things to talk about. Most people think there's only 3 macros. Or if you ask most people how many macros there are, most people would say 3. There's actually 4.
There's 4.
So we're going to talk about the 4th macro tonight. Can I tell them?
No.
The 4th macro is your antioxidant category. So this is going to be your fiber category. And it often gets forgotten about because, like we've mentioned in previous shows, usually we're obsessed with one of the macros. We're obsessed with getting enough protein or not enough protein. Or we are scared of fats, for example. We've talked about this. Or there's all kinds of different no-carb diets, for example. So usually there's an obsession with one of those macros. And then the antioxidant category, nobody's really thinking about. There's no love for that one.
No love.
So usually it gets forgotten about. So this is our vegetable, basically our fiber category. Super important to keep our bodies nutritionized and balanced. And it's funny because it is one of the most important categories, but one that is the least talked about, which is interesting. What do you got going over there, Drew?
I'm having some chicory root tea.
Oh, nice. Nice.
We did a little bit of reorganizing in the pantry.
And he found some teas hidden away.
Yeah, I love chicory root tea, but I forgot about it. Can you move over a bit?
It's kind of bossy.
Thanks. There wasn't any room for me.
So you found this, eh?
Yeah, chicory root tea. It's really good for digestion, and it was in the cupboard there, and we had so much spices and teas.
We had so much tea and spices.
I like spices and teas.
It's Drew's specialty. See what I did there?
Oh, very nice.
Specialty. Drew's just gonna jump on here and see who is live with us because the phone's too far away. I can't see.
I'm getting there. Just give me a second. My mom's in here. Linda's in here. This live video is moderated.
Oh.
Not sure what that means.
What did I say?
Moderated? No, I think.
Being watched?
I don't know. What is it? It says remember to create a safe viewing experience by following the standards. Are we following the standards?
I think so.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so do you want to
I'll get the tea.
Okay.
Just put a little bit of it in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it off quick.
I don't think I'm gonna do
It's
it.
gonna get too hot.
You might see my PJs.
Dorothy does.
I just did some hot cold therapy. Thank you very much.
She did. I talked her into it. Dorothy's legs are a wee bit sore.
A little bit sore.
My legs are a wee bit sore too. Most of you guys know that I've been recovering, and I've been doing really well. So I ran a little bit with Dorothy for her marathon.
I was so proud of you.
Thank you. So I ran a little bit about the 12-15K mark, and then I'd probably walk. Maybe my legs are sore from walking, because I ran with her for quite a while, and then I had to walk all the way back. But at any rate, I ran with her across the finish line, which was really nice. But anyways, I didn't really run that long. Like Dorothy ran 42, a little over 42K, and I ran for like maybe 10 minutes, and my legs are like, so much pain. But in my defense, it's been like, I probably haven't ran in 6 months. 4 months for sure. I was like in a whole lot of pain, and probably a month before. Anyways, so I feel Dorothy's pain. I talked her into doing hot cold therapy, and she did really well. And I'm gonna do that this evening before bed, because we got workouts tomorrow. I don't know how we're gonna get by.
Oh, I forgot about that. No leg exercises tomorrow, Bruce.
we got to be ready for workouts tomorrow. So, but at any rate, so the lost macronutrient, we like to call it, is antioxidants and fiber, which is vegetables basically. And people don't want to talk about vegetables because it's like, what's for dinner? Steak and potatoes. What's for dinner? Pot roast, for example. You don't just put it here.
Can you see my PJs?
Yeah. And so it's not really talked about. And then, so when I used to count calories. And when you count calories, I didn't even count vegetables because they don't
have much calories.
You can have a whole plate and it's like 28 calories. Or it's like under 100 calories. Like, what's the point? And I remember when I was trying to gain weight and make sure I got enough protein or increase my carbs or fats, the antioxidants, fiber category didn't really do anything. So it was almost not even worth counting. Actually, in fact, I didn't really count it in most cases. So that's why a lot of people like weigh your food, count your calories. Like they just forget about it because it doesn't really.
And I was feeling like you were going to say it doesn't really matter. But the crazy thing is that it matters the most.
Yeah. Because
antioxidants are what we need to fight off free radicals. And free radicals is what does the damage to our cells and to our body. So we could talk about, like there's some free radicals that we can't control. Like environmental pollution, for example, we can't control. And I mean the other free radicals we can control, like alcohol, tobacco, refined sugar, processed food. Like we can control all that, but it's pretty doubtful that we are 100% radical free. So we need to get our antioxidants in there so that this damage to our cells doesn't build up or gets repaired,
yeah. So it's when Dorothy was talking about like environmental, like it could be smog, for example. It could be, you're walking by someone. One of my biggest pet peeves is people smoking like outside buildings, like gyms or at parks. Like I'm working out and I come outside the building, someone's standing out there smoking. Or I'm working out and someone's like smoking a cigarette or a cigar. I'm like, come on, man.
It's actually where we live in LA, it's banned to smoke.
People still do. Not very often,
But in like public outdoor spaces, you have to smoke in your own space, like your home or your car, I suppose. But I do find, yes, you have people that just do it anyway, but I don't find it's as much.
No, it's
like
not
very little.
So that's why we said like sometimes there's external circumstances that you're not able to control. So when it comes to building yourself or repairing yourself, we have to do certain things because even though there's some things like we can control, like processed food, refined sugar, alcohol, and such, most of us don't avoid that completely.
Altogether.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then when it comes to free radicals, we have to understand like this is actually healing, it's repairing our tissues. Not to say that the other ones don't, but this is just a really like plant-based food, all the beautiful colors of the rainbow, fiber, the antioxidants, the reds, the purples, like those are going to be healing. But in most cases, we stick around like the browns and whites.
So true. So antioxidant-rich food is colorful food, like Drew was saying. That's why we always say, count your colors, not your calories. Because we want to make sure that we have a nice variety of colors. I'm pretty obsessed with colors.
Oh my gosh. Dorothy is very obsessed. Well, Linda says, congrats, Dorothy. Well
Thank you, Linda. I'm still eyeing up that one that you posted, Linda. She posted the course in, I think it was November, wasn't it, Linda? In Banff. You posted a race? Still eyeing that one up. It's kind of hard to pre-register for anything right now, though. Hey?
Yeah.
But we'll see. Still eyeing that one up.
So when it comes to colors, Dorothy is fanatical. So when you have your salad, for example, she likes to have, if you have an orange, you have a tomato in there, you can't have a red pepper, you gotta have orange
it's
pepper.
gotta be a different color.
But if you have a carrot in there, you can't have an orange pepper, you gotta have a
Yellow pepper.
yellow pepper. Yeah.
There has to be purple. I must have purple because I like purple.
What's your purple?
What's that?
What's your purple?
Well, we do. I like the purple onion. Sometimes we do cabbage. We do blueberries.
Yeah. Those are good choices. Blueberries, tons of antioxidants in blueberries that should be at the top of the list. That's definitely beneficial. But red peppers. Did you know that? I don't know, maybe everyone knows this, but I thought it was really interesting. It was only a few years ago where I found this out, but green peppers.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but I don't think there's I don't think there's such a thing as a green pepper, like a green pepper seed. I think they plant red pepper, orange pepper, maybe yellow pepper, and they pick the green ones before they're ripe. So that's where you get your green peppers from. And they're the cheapest because they take the least amount of time to grow, and then they can turn over the crop quicker, and it takes less water. So that's why you got the green ones. Are cheaper. And Dorothy doesn't really like the green ones.
I prefer the other ones.
The more expensive one. Tell them about your running belt.
Oh boy.
Or your shoes. You want to talk about the running shoes?
What happened with the running shoes?
Same thing as with the belt.
Don't remember.
Okay, we go to the running store. This is maybe a year or two ago. Go to the running store.
Oh.
Dorothy tries on 16 different pairs of shoes. Which ones does she pick? The most expensive
The most
pair.
comfortable ones.
Then just the other day we went to before our marathon, we went and got her a new running belt. Tried on 6 different running belts.
Somebody wash mine out and it well, dude.
And who was that somebody? It was you! So then Dorothy, she tried on all these different running belts, and which did she pick? The most expensive.
Actually, that is not true
It's very
because
true.
the vests and the backpacks were were much more expensive.
We're talking about the one category.
I was talking about all hydro packs.
So anyways, Dorothy really likes the red peppers because they're the most expensive.
No, they're the most tasty.
They are. They actually do taste the best. I concur.
Yeah, I actually think that I would like to try a vest or a backpack next time.
Okay, I thought we were back on the vegetables. So that's why it's important. So look, when we have refined sugar, alcohol, tobacco, those processed food, that actually damages our skin and damages our ligaments, tendons. The refined sugar not improves, but increases the chances of osteoporosis, almost like speeds it up, for example. So these things are detrimental to our health. They actually ruin the collagen in our skin. So we have to have the free radicals. You can look at lycopene is one of them. Those are usually found in tomatoes. There's a lot of different minerals that help. And that's not all. You could look at, well, this is going slightly off topic, but you could look at, I like the skin of healthy fats from avocado or the skin of mango. I did an interview with the guy and he was talking about rubbing the skin on your face for all the vitamins.
Aloe, you rub the aloe skin on your face.
Oh, aloe's a good one too. Yeah. So those are just different options. Just to understand that plants heal, like we believe plants heal, plants cure, plants prevent, but we have to eat them on a regular basis.
Lots of them.
And unfortunately, people don't really eat them. And if they do, it's very small.
It's a little amount. Like, even if you go out to like the restaurant, they're like, "Oh, that comes with the side salad," and it's like, I'm like, "Where's my salad?" Because we're used to like a bowl of like a big bowl, giant bowl.
Or because we eat so many vegetables, like when we sit down, we have like a big bowl of vegetables, and then you go to a restaurant, and the smallest portion is the vegetables, and you're like, oh, where's the rest of the vegetables?
But you know what else too about the fiber category, antioxidant fiber category, is that it helps you have proper bowel movements as well,
Yes.
which we know is super important for our health, because that is our waste management system in our body. So if we're not getting rid of the waste, it's just accumulating. So that made me think of when I said about going to the restaurant and getting like this teeny tiny little salad, it makes me not feel very good, or makes me not, because there's not enough fiber, right? So digestion is usually a problem, bathroom's usually a problem if I don't get a meal that has enough fiber.
But that's the problem with a lot of people. Like we hear from a lot of people that have digestion issues, like constipation. You can look at gas, bloating, but when you're backed up like that, not having proper bowel movements, it's very uncomfortable. I think we've all been there.
Or when you run for 5 hours. And you don't really get the proper nutrition, right?
Constipated today?
I was yesterday. Just in case you wanted to know.
You brought it up.
But I think, I did eat breakfast and you fuel along the way, but it's not like meals.
You're not a full, for 5 hours you were snacking on
A little fruit bar.
Yeah. It's not like you can sit down halfway between your marathon and...
I should next time just bring a little picnic. Yeah.
So, at any rate, that will help you with bowel movement. So I really feel like a lot of people that struggle with having proper bowel movement, it's a big factor of not having the proper amount of fiber going through your system. And I'm not talking about like an oat bran cookie, for example. Or you know what? I saw these cookies. They're actually called like digestive cookies or digestive buddies.
What were they called? Digestion buddies
They
bowel buddies.
Bowel buddies?
That's what they were called.
Not the ones I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
The ones I'm thinking were like called digestive cookies or digestion cookies or something like that. And I read the ingredients and I was like, oh my gosh.
That's going to do the opposite of helping your digestion.
Yeah, how could they claim that they're going to help with digestion? I have no idea. I think they just came up with a really low quality cookie that was cheap to make and we're like, here, this will help digestion.
Well, I think they just had like bran in them or something. And we know that bran, high in fiber, so it's supposed to help with digestion, but oh my gosh, the ingredients.
So tell them about preparing
preparing
the different ways to prepare the vegetables or cook them.
I think we get stuck in one way to prepare veggies, and it really determines whether we like that one or not. Like for example, if you are for example, let's take Brussels sprouts. You can have them so many different ways. Roasted is what we recommend. But if you've only ever had Brussels sprouts, let's say boiled or steamed, and you don't like them, then you could try them a different way.
Barbecued or baked?
Barbecued or baked.
How you doing?
Another thing is that you don't want to... A lot of reasons why people don't like stir fries, for example, is because they're cooked for too long. You'll want to make sure that your veggies are still a little bit crisp and crunchy. Not only does it keep the nutrients in better, right? Because whenever we cook food, we do lose some nutrients. But if we don't cook the veggies till they're mushy, then we're getting more nutrients, but it's also more satisfying, like to taste, to eat.
No, it just tastes better. And you don't want to have something that doesn't taste very good. Like
Yeah.
Your Brussels sprouts shouldn't be the same consistency as your mashed potatoes. Or, as we went over in the carbs macronutrient, your mashed sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes. We actually had sweet potatoes tonight.
We did, on the barbecue.
Delicious.
And broccoli.
Broccoli.
Yeah. So, preparing your vegetables is a big thing, because if you're not preparing them properly, then they don't taste very good. If they don't taste very good, you're not going to eat them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one. So we would recommend staying away from boiling your vegetables. That would be a problem because all the nutrients gets lost in the water. And then it's hard to, I don't know what do? You poke your vegetable? Like how do you tell when it's done? You know, like we do a lot of barbecuing in the summer or in the oven, you can stir it, you know, and you can like poke it and you can tell how crispy it is or if it's cooked in the middle. But in the boiling it, I think a lot of times becomes overboiled.
Overcooked. Yeah.
Overcooked, and then you poke it with a fork and it falls off, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, so roasting, sauteing would probably be the best.
Sauteing's fine as long as you like try to stay away from a Teflon pan. That's toxic, and then stay away from like margarine or those sprays.
Oh, yeah.
You want to avoid those. I think that's the biggest issue with or like vegetable oils. Like I think frying, like we say sautéing and frying, it's the same thing. But if I would say sautéing is a nice pan with coconut oil. And frying is a Teflon pan with vegetable oil. That's how I'm going to differentiate the two now.
I suppose steamed is always an option too, but if you've ever steamed veggies, same thing as boiling, right? All the water or all the nutrients gets lost.
Well, not so much. Like steaming is okay.
Yeah.
But I just don't think people really enjoy it. I don't, because you don't get like any crispy outside.
Right.
And then like it's hard to flavor. You could probably steam and then flavor after, but I like to flavor while it's cooking.
Yeah.
How do you guys like to cook your veggies? Let us know in the comments.
I just like crunchy. I never realized it before, but I think I'm more of a texture person than I realized. But then it's funny because bananas aren't my favorite. Like Drew loves bananas. I eat bananas and I enjoy eating them, but when Drew is away, for example, I don't buy bananas. It's not that I don't like them, but anyway, I was just saying that because I'll eat a banana even though I do like crunchy.
Gotcha. Maybe you could fry a banana.
You probably could.
You could. There's this recipe Dorothy and I were talking about bananas, and it was a really simple recipe, and I can't remember what it was, but you did something with a banana. You like mushed it up into a patty, and
it was the pancakes.
What was it on the outside?
I don't remember. It was like a pancake.
You dip it in maybe egg yolk, like French toast.
What was that one? I don't remember.
My mom says stir fry. She likes hers in the stir fry. Yeah. How about everybody else that's watching?
Stir fries are so easy.
Yeah.
That's why I love stir fries too. It's because they're so easy. And like just the variety of veggies, right? You can get all your colors.
Linda says mostly roasted. Broccoli is steamed. Nice. So I think when it comes to stir fries, one of the problems is not knowing when to put your vegetables in or throwing them all in together. So we have two different options here.
Two options.
Well, to make sure that they all cook at the same time. So you could either put we usually put the harder vegetables or the ones that take longer in there first. So for example, you put carrots and celery in there first. Dylan would say you don't put celery in stir fry.
Dylan says you don't use celery for cooking.
Hey Liz.
Goes in your drink.
So if you're gonna use like celery and carrots, for example, those go in there first because they take longer to saute. Like if you look at not sweet potatoes. You look at peppers, for example, those don't take very long. Mushrooms, they can shorten time.
Spinach.
Yeah, those all go in at the end. So you could do two different things. You could either put the harder ones that take longer to cook in there first, and then the other ones in at the end, or you could chop them up differently. So sometimes if we know that we're going to throw the mushrooms in for a bit longer, we chop them in chunks, like quarters, instead of in slices.
So you would chop your carrots, for example, really thin, but your peppers and your carrots your peppers and your mushrooms will be chunks, bigger.
So those are two ways to help you, so one of them doesn't get mushy, and it's challenging. So sometimes, and then if you got to do your quinoa separately. You can't throw them in together. Sometimes you can do sweet potatoes, but you got to get the sweet potatoes going first. Sometimes I like garlic, sweet potatoes, and onions, and just let that saute. Let all the flavors
flow. We like to chop our sweet potatoes small.
Yeah.
Then they don't take as long.
Yeah. Sweet potatoes usually take quite a bit of time. Which we were talking about today. We really like sweet potatoes, and we like to eat them on a more regular basis. So we bought some extra ones, but we're like, how come we haven't been eating as many as we usually do? Because things are crazy in the world right now. In our world of just trying to keep up. So we're spending a bit extra time cooking the sweet potatoes. Has been happening.
Well, it's like you throw quinoa on, it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But with the sweet potato, it's a little bit more effort. totally worth it, but you gotta peel, you gotta chop, you gotta wash, peel, chop, roast. So if you're not totally on the ball, it's like, oh, quinoa, because it'll be 5 minutes.
This says onions that go in there first too. Yeah, I like to throw garlic in there too, but you have to be careful because the garlic will get brown and bitter if you put it in too early, or if you don't have enough coconut oil in the pan, or...
But what's really nice is the onions, garlic, and ginger.
Yes, it's beautiful.
And you just like saute that for like 1 or 2 minutes before you throw in your other veggies.
A little bit longer than a minute.
Not long. Because you don't want it to go brown.
You have to be
Less
careful
than 5.
with the brown.
Less than 5. 3 minutes.
So make sure you guys are getting your antioxidants in there though. So it's got to be in vegetable form, and I really feel like a lot of those digestion issues are coming up from not getting enough vegetables, not getting enough, and then they're healing, of course, right? Like that's what we believe. That's what we strongly feel is that you got to get your vegetables in. Like Dorothy and I, a little bit sore, so you got to get extra vegetables in. Like we took extra greens, for example. So we took double dose of chlorella and spirulina today. And same thing's going to happen tomorrow.
So what did we have? 20 tabs today.
20 tabs, yeah.
20 tabs.
So the double dose of spirulina in the morning, and then 2 doses of chlorella. I took 1, I think, of chlorella. I got 1 more to take here. We just finished eating, so I'll take my 2nd dose, and then I'll wait probably an hour before bed.
Serving, maybe.
Or serving, yeah.
It's not medication.
And then I'll take a charcoal right before bed, so that'll help as well.
Yeah. You kind of have to be careful because antioxidants did become kind of like a tag word or more mainstream. So then you see all of these now. You can see more drinks out there, like or powders, like green powders. Oh, just mix it with water. So, but you have to be careful of the ingredients in them because a lot of those green powders, like Drew and I did so much research before we released our greens, and some of the ingredients in some of the greens, drinks and powders were just shocking.
Yeah.
Some of the ingredients. It's like, how could you promote that as an antioxidant, because an antioxidant is supposed to repair, but then you have something in there like a sugar that is your free radical. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So just be careful. If you, like Drew said, the best way to get your antioxidants is to eat them, like eat the veggies fresh. But if you are supplementing, I suppose you could call it, then just be careful. You're getting a good one.
Yeah, I'm actually, then there's the Dirty Dozen. Actually, that was a newer addition into Detoxifier stuff. So we can post that in the group here, and then we can talk about some of the ones, those are the most sprayed, for example. So you want to try to get those organic if you can. And like, we're not huge organic people, like they're definitely better quality. They're usually more expensive, but the quality is much better. Like we always say, go to local farmers first. And if you can't find them, try to get organic, and you'll get more nutrients that way, and you'll avoid heavier sprayed crops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dirty Dozen. Yeah. Nick actually did a really nice graphic for us.
The Clean 15. Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen. Look that up.
So, I think that's good.
I think that's good, yeah. About antioxidants. Maybe one thing, now that we've done all the macros, one important thing or helpful tip might be the portion sizes of each macro. So your antioxidant category should be half your plate, should be the biggest portion. And then your carbs and proteins would be the other half. Take up the other half, right? Together, right? Like usually, a quarter protein, a quarter of carbs. And then your fats, like for example, we just had like a quarter of avocado. So your fats don't have to be that.
Well, we usually have a half.
Each?
Yes. Oh no, sorry.
No, we share a half.
Yes. You're right.
Half divided by 2.
So the carbs is usually about 4 ounces roughly, and then they say meat. If you're gonna have a meat, like we don't usually have that, but if you're gonna have a meat like a chicken breast or steak, it should be the size of your fist or the size of your palm. That would be a good gauge too.
Or not that we're huge into measuring, but it is important to pay attention to if you haven't been. So half a cup usually of carbs, right?
Yeah, half a cup. That's in detoxifier stuff.
Yeah.
Most of you guys have that, I think.
Yeah.
So regarding the sugar detox, that's coming up this weekend. So soft launch is on the 27th, right? No, 24th.
It starts 27.
24th is the Friday.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get everyone in by Friday. Thank you guys so much to everyone that has signed up and is ready to rock. We're waiting for the books. So we are really hoping we're going to get them.
In time.
Yes. So been doing some negotiating with our printer guy. But at any rate, we're going to we have, if you guys get into the group, if you share a post that says I signed up for the sugar detox, you get a free 200 gram bag of flakes. I think that's pretty cool. If you bring a friend, if you bring 2, 3, 4, every time you bring a friend, you get a free 600 gram bag of flakes. Or for the Fit Fam only, we're going to give you guys a gel if you would rather have a gel than flakes.
But that's just Fit Fam.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're super excited. It's going to be rocking. Some people ask, is it going to be the same as last time? It's never the same. It's always a bit different. We've got 150 new pages for Detoxify Yourself.
Wow.
And I thought it was really cool. Like when I thought about it, I was like, in most cases, like throughout the year, we're going to sell Detoxify Yourself for $20 on its own. But this time you get it. But while we have our sugar detox, you get a bunch of free products. And we're going to do every night, we're going to give away a free prize.
Yeah, that's fun. Coming back.
Dorothy's moving a little gingerly these days.
I'm usually this tortoise.
It says the live has ended. Are we done?
Maybe it ended. Are we still there?
Can you guys comment?
Hello. Refresh. refresh.
Oh, I think we're still here.
Oh, we're still there.
So at any rate, if for the purchase of Detoxify Yourself, you get a bunch of free stuff, and then Dorothy and I are gonna go live every night. Hello, you're back. Thanks, Carrie.
Awesome. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Mom. So we're gonna go live every night, and then there's gonna be.
I'm just like really distracted right now.
Yeah, just relax. We're almost done.
Okay.
I got to reel Dorothy in. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great chance to get some new motivation, some new direction. And a lot of you have been in our detoxes before, and you know how much fun they are. So you're welcome to join us if you like. And thank you guys so much for those of you that have signed up. You should be in the group by now, and we're gonna start posting a little bit more the closer we get to Friday, and then Monday's the official start day. So it's gonna be lots of fun. If you guys have any questions with that, let us know. But otherwise, thank you for joining us live.
Yeah.
And next week we're gonna do a cooking. We'll actually
An actual kitchen one.
Yeah. So this is the last one for our macronutrients. And we're back here tomorrow morning live for our workout. And that's it. So we have 3 more weeks of workout. And then it's going to be Thanksgiving. We're going to have a week break of Thanksgiving. And then we'll do another block. So this week, if you haven't joined us yet for this workout, it's bands and balls. And the next block will be something different. Just try to keep you guys motivated, interesting, and keep changing things up.
Butts and buys.
We could do butts and buys.
Abs and arms.
Abs and arms. There goes Dorothy.
I like those ones. Like the themed ones. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Have a good night. My heat bag over there is calling me.
I'm going for I'm fading fast. I gotta jump in the tub in the sauna before I lose
motivation.
Before I lose it. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Fun. Oh, Stephanie's in here. Stephanie, thank you so much for that write-up you did for Dorothy.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I was bawling.
Yeah.
I had a lot of tears this race. A lot of tears. But I don't know why I was so emotional. And maybe the lead up. And then, of course, the lovely video I got, then Stephanie's write up.
You get texts and phone calls.
Texts and phone calls. And then, of course, whenever I do a run, there's always a little bit of what? With, like, how do you say that? You feel the loss. I feel the loss of Rosina a little bit more with every run because she was my running buddy for so long, and so the loss just, I don't know. I was having a little bit of some emotional flashbacks, but yeah. So there's just a lot of tears. But I didn't cry while I was running or after. There was one race I did. It was a half marathon, and I saw Drew at the end, the finish. And as soon as I saw Drew, I was bawling up in that. I was like, I am never doing this again. Remember?
Tried to throw like all over running stuff.
We were like leaving. I think it was in Kenmore, that race, and we were leaving the hotel room. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm not running again. I don't need any of these things." He's like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure you should keep them for a little while.
We'll just keep
Maybe
them.
you just calm down a little bit." Anyway, I'm just an emotional person.
Stephanie said it's nice to be able to provide inspiration since you are an inspiration to all of us.
Aw, thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks so much.
Oh, I was definitely, the words were, I was repeating them as I was running in my head. And then I was having a dark spot. And so I called Drew and I was like, "Will you just play the video for me one more time?" I FaceTimed him.
She did.
So I listened to the video while I was running.
Yeah, that's really nice of everyone to do that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we'll have a wonderful evening, and we'll see most of you bright and early for workout.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right over there.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.